First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Tonight we start Week 14 with a great Thursday night matchup between the Chicago Bears and the Detroit Lions. Two teams trying to stake their claim to postseason football. Week 14 of the NFL is underway. We'll see a return here from the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. They'll start on the ground with Swift. Past the 20 for a short gain, second down. These two teams matching up for the second time this year. Their first meeting back in October, Week 6. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Once again, it's Swift. And he'll be taken down right around the 27. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with third down now looming. This defense for the Bears, they played extremely well last week in that win over Green Bay.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
They'll try and run here with Swift. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. Now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away. And this one will be touchdown right at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10. Right at the 30. Fields now to throw. And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. First down for the Bears, a gain of 15. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Fields to the right side and complete to Thomas. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 43-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4. Here's Fields. And his throw is going to be incomplete. So, CD, this defense, they know that they have to be at their very best. They're taking on a team here that's in the midst of a winning streak that's now stretched over multiple months, not weeks, months.
I think the challenge they put upon themselves is we want to be the guys to end that streak. And what's working in their favor? The winning streak on the other side. Sometimes that carries a burden with it because they feel like they have to play perfectly as well. Let's just go out there and get them is the idea.
To throw is Fields. Over the middle, complete. It's Schultz. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions 16. Well, that's one way to convert on third down, picking up 26 yards.
Normally on third down and short yardage, you're thinking of throwing to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the first down and then some.
And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 there, second down.
Oftentimes when you see a running back get bunched up in the backfield, it's usually because the defensive tackle is eating up blockers for others to make the play. Not in this case.
One of the tight ends comes in motion. On 2nd and goal, Fields. And he's got Mooney in the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. Darnell Mooney hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Bears put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
For most people, the excitement of the kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder into ball carrier, and down he goes.
The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. 23 yards on the play. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll set up a throw. And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Big gains in succession. Last one was over 20. This one over 30. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. On play action, they'll throw. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And it is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Marquez Valdez-Scantling. 31 yards. And the Lions are an extra point away from drawing level. Extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And listen, these Thursday night games, they're tough on the body. You just played on Sunday, 72 hours later, hey, it's game day again. But I have to think a Thursday night game in September much more preferable than a Thursday nighter in December, you know?
Well, there's no doubt about it. You mentioned how tough it is on the body. How about the mind? You're already tired, fatigued, right? Trying to battle for playoff spots. And here you have the quick turnaround. Now, the flip side is, if you take care of business, win that Thursday nighter, you go into a mini open week. Gives you a few extra days to heal up the body and the mind before you play your next game.
On 2nd and 12, Fields. He gets it to Thomas.
Timing is so important like this because he's going to line up that ring and cut straight across the field. The ball might have come out and counted too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
Out of the gun, Fields. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. And the Lions are going to take possession of the football. Well, he had to fit that into a pretty tight window over the middle. And, Charles, I think they were in zone defensively, weren't they?
They certainly were. Nice read on your part. And sometimes the quarterback isn't fooled between zone and man. Sometimes just fooled by the type of zone that he sees. Because oftentimes those linebackers will vacate and run downfield with receivers. In this case, he played a pure zone and was in the wrong spot for the QB.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Looking to throw. Throw over the middle. He finds Williams. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down. Swift going to try up the middle. Oh, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. Now the Lions, they send out the field goal unit here. On the left hash, this from 48 yards. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And this will be caught by Mooney. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. One play action. Fields. Flush to his right. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Fields, we know he has the good mobility. He flashes it there as he scrambles for the first down. Now Fields. He finds his target. It's Schultz.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route. And he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
But this offense can get their tight ends involved. They can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Now a first down throw. Fields eluding the pressure right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Offense was moving a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
To the air again, Fields. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Fields to Mooney for the Chicago first.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And the Bears are going to have what looks to be a first and goal as he'll take this down to the 10-yard line.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? Second and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion. That was the 9th play of the drive, and they pick up 9 yards with it.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
That's not an easy play for a defensive end because most of his responsibility has him getting upfield and working, but how about his vision to see where the play was going?
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. Treston Ebner with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bears are able to move back in front. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead is now 14-10. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They're riding a 2-game winning streak into this Thursday nighter. How easy is it when you're on a roll to stay on a roll given the quick turnaround?
Well, you would think it'd be pretty easy because everyone's locked in practice and meetings because everyone feels good about themselves. And for coaches, this is where they have to tell themselves, don't add too much. Don't worry about game plans as much as players. So look at your play sheet and think, give it to the guys who play best, and don't worry about the rest of it.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now back to throw. And that's out to the flat for Swift. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. On third down, here comes Swift. And he'll get nothing out of that one. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Here's Jones. And he's out right at the 25. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Bears take over. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
Going for Evans, but that pass is intercepted. And the Lions are going to take possession of the football. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep is off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
He took a shot there, but boy, was that ill-advised from my viewpoint. Coverage was awfully tight. How did he get away? But that would not being picked off.
On second down, Swift. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
That's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 2.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. And he fires one that's intercepted. And the Bearsons are going to take over at their own 28-yard line.
And that felt like a little extra pressure on that 3rd down attempt, and their mistake cost them points because they're inside the red zone. So you know you've got at least a field goal waiting for you. And in this case, they end up with nothing.
Meanwhile, Fields' throw complete into the hands of Schultz here. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. From the gun, here's Fields. Flushed out right. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down. Now with 5 seconds left, not really enough time to run another play and then stop it. So on comes the field goal unit. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
So we reach halftime with the visiting Bears out on top here. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And, Charles, they got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
That's going to be caught downfield by Mooney. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He continues to deliver a first down here. He had 4 catches in the first half, and this one number 5. Now it's Fields. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Calling a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to bring up second down. Fields throwing again. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. They'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. A 40-yard punt, no return, and the Lions will take over.
Their own 18-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for the second half. This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
2nd and 11. He's airing it out for Williams. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
Quick slant to Valdez-Scantling. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Out to his left. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down. But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. They will run straight ahead with Swift. And he's going to be a yard short. Needed 4, but got 3. And now before they run this play on 4th and 1, we're going to get a break and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. They're going to try and throw. He's got his man. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And this is picked up by the Bears. He's got the first down and more than that. And the aggressive play call simply does not work out. You're on your own side of the field here, punter, right?
Yeah, I would agree with that. There's a time for analytics and a time for being aggressive, but not with this field position. There's also a time for good old football 101 sense.
Yeah. Punt
it away. Let your defense take over with better field position.
A throw left side to start out. That's complete. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Here's Fields. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. Who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Fields. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Bears go up by 2 touchdowns. Sanders on for the extra point. Oh, I was just about to say he had missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Lions take over first down and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. Fortunate to get that football back, because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there. Their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. He'll look to throw. Open man, he's got him, the tight end Hockenson. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Here comes the Lions punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return, and they will take over first and 10. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up first and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields rolling to his right. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down. Back to throw. Fields. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Schultz. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. They'll try to run this one in. And he's going to be stopped here for no gain. And that's going to take us to the end of the third. Second and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. He'll try again. Pushing for the end zone, but he's not going to get there. They stop him just shy of the goal line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. Third and goal. Montgomery will score. Touchdown, Chicago. So the second down run didn't work. They run it again on third down and get in. I wasn't sure if they might pass it, Charles. We know that they like to mix it up down here around the goal line.
Yeah, almost felt like the offensive line said, forget mixing it up. Let's call our favorite running play over our best blockers, and let's get this one in.
And he will get into the end zone, but there is a flag down. This one may be coming back. The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. Now the Bears keeping the offense on the field and going for 2.
The Bears will line up for the 2-point conversion.
Fields trying to throw for it. And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the fourth. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
their own 19-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Their mini two-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can. Swift is hit, and he coughs it up.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get them home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Sliding out of the pocket. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down.
Partner, the good ones have a clock running in their head, okay, because it says something like this. I've got this many seconds to find the target. After that, I have to tuck it and try and get some yardage on this 1st down snap. He doesn't just get some yards, though. He gets a big gain, and they'll come right back with another 1st and 10.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down. From the gun, here's Swift. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line.
He was taken down behind the line of scrimmage.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And unable to connect, incomplete. Give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they've...
And now off to the races, down the right side. Touchdown, Detroit. All right, so this one not quite over yet. Back to a 2-score game, CD.
Yeah, and you've still got 4+ minutes to go, so when you think about comebacks, it's happened before. Now, it hasn't happened often, but you've got to think to yourself, let's be the next great comeback story and play this one out.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
On 1st down, Fields. He's got a man, complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. To throw is Fields. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Mike Evans with career touchdown number 96. He joins Eric Dickerson on the all-time list. And the Bears add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
17. Jason Sanders set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 20. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there, and trailing big here in this fourth quarter. The drive starts with a completion left side. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up
Second and 2. He'll get this off to Swift. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on third down.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there. Those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for first and 10. They'll look to throw again. They'll find Swift out of the backfield. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
A gain of 4. It's now second and 6.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score.
Let's go now. Back at 60.
Back to throw again. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's right. And he'll be brought down at the 27. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle him after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jaquan Brisker. And the Bears are going to get the football here at their own 23. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on second and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And a short gain there as they'll get it up only to about the 24. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Now Fields. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
Taken from just outside the 30. A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Now a play fake here on first down. That pass caught. It's Williams. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. And now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review. And this being inside 2 minutes of play, everything coming from up above. Again, he'll drop to throw. Complete to right. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
Complete to number 2.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far. And the Bears are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And, Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.
So for the Bears, the win moves them to 12-1 now on the year. And now they'll get the weekend off as they get a little extra time to prepare to face the Buffalo Bills. Meanwhile, for the Lions, they can ill afford to drop too many more as they fall to 7-6 on the year. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Washington.